Correct.
Thrilled to be here today to introduce you to the exciting new podcast that will change lives and empower individuals all over the world. How are you today?
Yes, Andrea, I'm doing good. How about you? How's
I'm
your
good
day been?
too.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm really excited to be here. We were planning this for a long time, and finally, everything is together. I have light in my room. I have you, and we could do the recordings. And I'm so excited about the podcast launch. So let's talk about the GEH a little bit because not everyone knows the Global Empowerment Hub. Maybe there are
Mm-hmm.
people who want to join us in the future. So maybe it would be great if you could tell us something about what is the Global Empowerment Hub community and the platform for you.
Okay, for me, Global Empowerment is a community where everyone is a learner. It's a platform where people gather to learn a certain skills or certain new tech tools or certain basically anything new, and they can apply it to their whatever they're doing, whether they're business or services. And also and also um, it's also a networking team because to be honest, Andrea, before I joined GEH, I was an introvert. I was an introvert, so I don't talk much. So even doing this interview is quite daunting actually for me, to be honest. So but whenever and yeah, and I have to thank Christian for this, because Christian is the one who wrote me into GEH. So Christian, big shout out to you. And then well, yeah. Well, as I said earlier, before I entered Global and Found Hub, I was an introvert. I do not talk much. Christian was my only contact person, and through Christian I entered this hub. And yeah, through this hub get to know Andrea and also many other wonderful like-minded people. So it just feels like a second home to me, Global Pearl Hub. And I must thank Andrea for creating this wonderful community.
Lovely to hear you. And I think it's just something that I learned in the last 4 years that it's possible to build a family. Not
Mm-hmm.
it's not compulsory to have you in person next to you when you are starting a relationship. It's good to follow up with personal meetings, but it's already possible to just to go out there online and to meet other people and to build a very safe community. And I think, yeah, we are already part of a family, like after 4 years, right? You are.
Yeah. Well, Andrea, I do have a question for you if you don't mind.
Go
Um,
ahead.
okay. Andrea, what triggered the idea for you to create this community?
Well, originally, I don't know whether I have ever explained this story like in an interview, especially on this platform, but I have moved from Hungary to Kuala
Mm-hmm.
Lumpur 7 years ago. And
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, I was an independent woman. I had my own job. I was working for a multinational company. I earned my own income, and I was quite okay in existing in this world. But then I moved to Malaysia because of other circumstances. We chose to come here with my partner, and I totally came into something different, a different dynamism, a different world of empowerment, a different thing that I have never thought about. I took everything as granted, and it changed my perspective when I moved here because I had to work much harder for everything here when I moved to Malaysia or in Southeast Asia. And that inspired me to, if it's hard for me and it's really hard as a woman to restart your life, rebuild everything, especially your independence, then it's worth to embark on it. And maybe there are other women who feel the same. And that's how it started with the women empowerment workshops and what we need
Mm-hmm.
one workshops. That was the first brand that I have
Mm-hmm.
started to build. And it was a crazy adventure because from there it started to grow and I got to know more people. And then the whole lockdown situation happened.
Yeah.
And then I stranded out from Malaysia. I couldn't come back. I was in Brazil that time. First time I wanted to visit a beautiful country called Argentina to dance my
Mm-hmm.
favorite dance, tango. And I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
get in. So we had to go to Brazil and we had to stay
Mm-hmm.
out of Malaysia for almost 5 months. And in
Wow.
that period, I got super inspired. And everyone was coming to me like, Andrea, let's do something because I just feel so depressed. Everything is so bad. And you know, when you are like feeling so inspired and you have this all this energy and you want to give it out. And I was like, okay, let's do weekly something. And then I started the
Mm-hmm.
weekly entrepreneur elevator webinars 4 years
Mm-hmm.
ago. That was the
Mm-hmm.
first that was starting. And from that, already the same year, we started the first global Women Empowerment Summit. That's how it
Mm-hmm.
started with 108
Mm-hmm.
speakers. It was a hybrid summit. And then after the second with 220, with the crazy 6 weeks, you
Mm.
remember?
Oh yes.
Last
I
year
remember
with the
that. Yeah.
130 speakers with 5 weekends. So it's a crazy journey, but I think it's all inspiring. It's beautiful that so many people are ready to share and empower other people by knowledge, by being there, by showing up every year and sharing all this beautiful information.
Mm. Well, Andrea, thank you for sharing that the story of basically the story of the GEH because like yeah, because like to be honest, I'm like fairly new to this community and still Andrea and this community like welcome me with warm welcome. So I'm so grateful and thankful for that. Mark your calendars for this September and get ready to embark on the journey of personal and professional growth with the 365 Empowering Insight podcast.